Welcome, treasure hunters, to Let's Play with Jasmine and Olivia. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Olivia.
And today we'll be playing a version of Dungeons and Dragons. But this is our intro, so let's get playing.
Let's get telling me how to play, because I don't know
That's
how.
at the bottom, sadly, for you.
Oh, right.
Alright. So, my first disclaimer I wanted to give, I asked my brother if we could have a two-person Dungeons and Dragons game without a game master, and idiot over here didn't realize what I was actually asking was pen and paper RPG game, which those exist, so I didn't have to learn to be GM, but now I am, so we'll just do that next time because we already have the game. But yeah, also yeah, okay, so the game, let's do the backstory, I guess, of the game, or like, let me stop not slouching. So we will be using Fate Core, with slight variations because
Let's get some B-roll.
Slight variations because just you're in the frame.
That's fine.
Okay.
B-roll.
Fair enough. So the name of the game I decided is going to be called The Hidden Treasure of L.
Whoa.
Yeah. So the premise of the game is we're gonna, be treasure hunters, obviously, in space.
In space?
In space! In space!
In space! Just bumped the microphone. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, that was gonna be a pop.
Get that beautiful die.
So yeah, the gist of the game is our characters will kind of clash together and be forced to go on a treasure hunting expedition together. How that may happen, we don't know until the first episode.
I'm so excited.
But we'll explore different planets. We'll explore different planets and we'll find different clues and we'll get this, treasure we're looking for. And that's the gist of the game without giving all of it away.
Okay.
So, want to go over our characters?
Yeah, sure.
You want to go first?
You go first because I have to get up my screenshot.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be GM, but also a character because I already created the character before we decided who was going to be GM. I have my thing, so Olivia will probably throw it up or something.
Boom, it's there.
My character is Amabel W. Martinez.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's weird. Of course it is.
I love it.
So basically, she's a genius cowgirl from Wyoming. Very specific, but So the basics of her is, her mom is a genius. Not a genius. I'm sorry. Her mom is great at sword fighting, and I think if I remember correctly, she's from feudal Japan. It's very complex backstory. They time travel. It's a great time.
That's fantastic.
And then her father is a genius lawyer from what I think is the Middle Ages or medieval times. I don't really remember. I kind of forgot all of my notes on my character. But yeah, so that's the backstory of me.
That's great.
Yeah.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
If that's all I need to say, I think I can remember that.
Yeah, it's pretty basic.
My character's name is Zara Arello, and she is from a different planet. Not even Earth.
Ooh.
She's a charismatic runaway, and she ran away from home because she was refusing an arranged marriage. Maybe she loved the guy, maybe she didn't, but either way she didn't want to be tied down.
Ooh.
And now she survives by being a jack of all trades, doing anything amoral, immoral, moral, for the right price.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. Our characters meeting. I can't even imagine how we're gonna meet. Oh wait, yes I can.
She knows the answers.
But also not, who knows. Yeah, so you wanna go over character sheets? Okay, I guess really not. So
yeah,
let me
Google
pull up
Docs
mine.
is still loading, so
So I'm just gonna go
my
over.
computer is slow.
Yeah, computer's really slow. Me, I don't even have a computer. I have my phone.
Oh,
And this
I have
pad.
Google Docs on my phone.
Oh, that works. So yeah, the system we're going to be using is Fate Core, as I said earlier, with slight variations, like as in the dice, because actually I'm going to do it in this camera. The dice, because, you know, I'm not going to buy dice for this game, and my brother's letting me borrow his dice. But, we're going to go over our aspects as characters. I'm looking at it because I don't know what's on it. My bad. Aspects, skills, stunts, and extras if we have any. And this will also help with explaining how the game will run. So, I guess I'll start because you're still looking up your character sheet.
I got it.
So, aspects are like traits of your character that will benefit or hinder you, depending what it is, in gameplay. And a very cool thing about aspects of a character or a place or whatever is you can invoke them. As in, let me name some of my aspects and then I'll give an example instead of going ahead. So, my high concept, which is like the big thing of my character, as in, this is what my character is about, which is future gunslinging dame of Wyoming. Yeah, my character just wants to be knighted, like the rest of her family.
That's nice.
Yeah, but since she's a gunslinger and loves Wyoming, because that's where she's born and raised, she wants to become the dame of Wyoming. And then my trouble, which is the thing that tends to get you in trouble and is annoying and, yeah, is, did you kill my paw? As in, her dad was murdered, and her mom was gonna avenge his death, but died because, you know, dysentery is a thing in the Wild West, but also not the Wild West. I don't know. So everyone she meets, she's like, hey, did you kill my dad? And sometimes people are like, what? And then just start fighting. Or not. Who knows? We won't know till the game starts. And my third aspect I have is shoot the knees, ask the things. As in, she was taught you shoot first and ask questions later. But the thing is, you make sure you don't kill them before you're able to ask questions. So that's something else I'll be able to invoke. What are some of yours? Or all of yours? Your
all
choice.
Of mine. I have a lot of troubles, but my high concept, first of all, is independent jack of all trades. That's what I am.
That's smart.
She.
Well, it is you. One and the same at this point.
My troubles are unhappy customers from the past. They come up
all the time. It's going to come up all the time.
My ex-fiance is culturally bound to kill me. I decided that on our planet, if you're, like, arranged to marry someone, you literally can't marry anyone else unless they're dead. So, this guy wants to get married. Maybe he loves me. Maybe he doesn't. We'll
maybe
find
he's
out.
bipolar. Spoiler alert, he's bipolar.
Third, trouble, easily distracted. I decided,
you have ADD.
Shiny things are cool. And finally, there's still time. That means, deadline's tomorrow. There's still time. Deadline is in 20 minutes. There's still time. It'll be fine. It won't be, but it will be. There's still time. Maybe it is. Those are mine.
Cool. So, for example, there's still time because it's the first one that popped in my head, is our characters are in a jam where we have 20 minutes before, like, all of the water fills and we suffocate to death. You invoke there's still time, and you somehow basically allow us to get more time to figure out how to get out of the situation we found in.
I can do that?
Yeah,
cool.
And so to speak. It's like, hey, since you always know how to since you're a master procrastinator, basically, how can we get out of this situation before we die, even though we have, like, 5 minutes left? And if you accept that compel to, like, do something to help us get out, you'll get a fate point, which allows you to invoke is it stunts? Yeah, invoke your stunts.
Cool.
No, it's for your skills. I'm so sorry. It's where you add to your rolls if you roll poorly.
Oh,
which,
nifty.
Speaking of that, let's go into skills. Do you want to name your skills and the points you put them at?
Okay, I have do I say +3?
Yeah, +3. Yeah, +3 and blah, blah, blah.
At +3, good is lore. Pretty important for a jack of all trades. at +2 fair is both crafts and contacts.
Ooh.
Also pretty good for the laundry's done for a jack of all trades.
Not mine. I
Yeah,
don't
this
live
is
here.
my house. And then at +1 average is notice, rapport, and deceive.
Ooh. Hopefully those will come in handy.
I'm sure they will.
I hope they don't, because that would be awful. No. I took a different approach to mine. Instead of the pyramid, I did the column because, well, yeah. So at
Reasons.
+3, I have investigate and shoot, obviously, because my parents taught me how to do those things.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest I have at +1 is athletics, crafts, fight, and lore.
So the only ones we have in common are lore and crafts, and both of mine are higher than yours.
Yeah.
So we're pretty evenly paired up.
Distributed. So yeah, we'll be able to help each other out a
That's
lot, which is good.
awesome. We did this independently, by the way.
Yeah, so basically what these things mean, our skills, is like, let's say we're trying to do something. I can't think of an example because I forgot all of the things. So let's say we're trying to, what's the word?
Find treasure?
What's the word for talk to people?
Communicate.
Yes, sure. I think that's what I was going for. Trying to communicate with people, or at least find a person who might be able to help us with where we're going, or to get into an area that we're not supposed to be in. So let's say you're like, well, I am a jack of all trades or whatever. I have such good contact. I know everybody on like every planet. So if you rolled really bad, let's say you got like, or if you just got a 0, and you're like, I'm going to invoke this, which was your +2, I think?
Which one?
Your contact?
Yeah,
+2. So, like, if you rolled a 0, and you're like, well, I know lots of people because my contact, or you do it in a way that's would use contact, you would get +2. It makes more sense when we're playing, when it will just make more sense because I'm bad at explaining it, except when we get there.
It's okay, I trust you.
Good, because I watch a lot of role play. So, shout out to Adam Cobell. Let me stop doing shout outs. And Jesse Cox.
It's your thing.
it's my
Embrace
thing.
it.
Shout out to you guys. This is, if I'm bad, it's your all's fault. Yeah. So basically they help with roles and help us complete different tasks or in different situations. It'll become more clear when we actually have to do something.
That's cool.
Yeah. Stunts are basically little things that you can do to also help with roles or help with this situation, like get out of it or something. So, for example, one of mine is, because I have the W gene, once per game I can diffuse a physical conflict by breaking into a musical number. I don't know when or why, but it's like we're about to fight these bad guys that we know we're gonna lose to because they're giant, like, lizards or whatever. I can be like,
Cardassians?
sure, Cardassians.
Hey.
That was one thing I forgot to mention earlier. In our universe, Greek mythology is basically Star Trek. So, like, we have Star Trek mythology, and we don't believe it's real. But maybe we'll find out it is. Or not, who knows. But yeah, so I'll break into a musical number in case we're fighting those bad guys. It's like, alright, well, we can't fight now. And we're okay. We're okay, I understand now. We are on an understanding. We don't need to fight each other.
I'm a dead girl walking.
What's the example of your stunt? Do you have any stunts?
I don't have any stunts.
Okay,
I
that's
didn't
fine.
know how to do it, so I'm just gonna make them up as I go along.
Actually, that's a very helpful strategy. You can have up to 5, technically.
That's a lot.
3 without losing thingies, so that's a weird thing. Okay, so we have that little box at the top. It says refresh. You might, basically at the beginning of each time we play, we'll start over, which we all get 3 at the beginning, and those are allowed to use your stunts. You have to use those for stunts. That's what it is. I lied about the other thing. But if someone invokes an aspect, you can get 1, and that could carry on or not. It depends on the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can only do an aspect once?
You can invoke aspects as many times as you want.
What about skills?
Skills as many times as you want. Stunts are, if you don't have a fate point is what it's called. I remember now. If you don't have any fate points, you can't use those, basically.
Oh.
Yeah. But also, a thing I forgot about, I'm so bad at this, I'm so sorry, is if you run out of fate points, one, you can't use any stunts. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm compelling you because your ex-fiance is here or whatever. You have to fight him because, well, he's trying to murder you. Yeah, it wouldn't be helpful.
Any fight skills.
Yeah, it's not going to be helpful for us. But hey, I want to make the game worse for everyone, even as the player character. Yeah. So I would do that. And since you don't have any fate points, if you had one, you could be like, no, I'm not doing that. My character wouldn't do that. And then you'd pay one. But if you have 0, and I say that...
decide if I love this guy or not.
Yeah, basically. It'll make more sense when we're playing. I'll explain it. I explain things better as we go.
It's cool.
I explain things better as we go. Do you have any extras?
No.
Oh, well, because I'm a gunslinger, I have to have my old Atticus. Definitely not named after the lawyer from that book. But,
Kill
you know.
Mockingbird?
Yeah, my gun's named after him.
That's nice.
Because he's a lawyer.
Like tools in your tool bag?
No, it's my gun, which is like a laser.
No, I mean,
gun.
Is that what extras
yeah,
are?
You can have like tools in your tool bag, or a gun, or like a pet, which, depending type of GM I am, might kill it. No, just kidding, I won't kill a pet.
You can't kill a pet. That's
But yeah, so that's like the basics of the system, which will hopefully make more sense when we play.
I trust you.
And the only other thing is I don't have a bunch of 6-sided die, so we have these multiple-sided die.
Wow.
One is 12, one is 8, one is 4, and one is 6. And I have a system down here about what rolls you get. So like, let's say we're doing something and I roll the dice and I get a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 3. 3, you know, a 6-sided dice is neutral. A 3 on this 12-sided dice is negative, so I'm at a -1. I have it here. We'll just make sense of it. Here's like my system. It's not good. Can you see it? Yeah, it's also not in focus, so oh well. But yeah. Basically, what this will be is an alteration because we don't have the correct amount of 6-sided die or the correct die, period. And we'll do this for rolls that will give us plus or minuses and whatnot. So, if you roll, like for example, let's say I roll 2 pluses and 2 minuses, that means I get 0 on that thing.
Oh.
But if you have in your character sheet, let's say I say roll investigate, which I don't know if you have, and I roll 2 positives, 2 negatives, that means 0, but since I have +3 in investigate, I get +3 added to that roll. Ooh. Yeah, it's gonna become much more clear in the game.
I don't know what I'm filming. I'm just enjoying myself.
Olivia just likes taking B-roll. But yeah, hopefully it makes more sense as we play. If you don't know, and hopefully it makes sense to you as we play.
It will. Don't worry.
Yeah. And if not, well, I'm bad at this. It's my first time. And I realized we didn't even need to do this, but it's fine. Everything's fine.
It's great. That's our tagline, by the way. We made it up earlier today.
When we were trying
Jasmine and Olivia, everything's fine.
As we try to set up.
It's fine. Everything's
record.
fine.
And do light.
Everything goes wrong for us.
Everything is awesome.
Everything's cool when you're part of a team.
Do you want to end it?
Sure. We're Jasmine and Olivia reminding you that the real treasure is the friends you make along the way.
It's a 20-sided die.